Hello there, World of Tankers. I'm Vickers Blitz, and in today's video, we're going to be comparing the Vickers Light, a British Tier 10 light tank, to the FV4202, a British Tier 10 medium. Now, both of these tanks are very similar in that they are both British, and that means they can carry the exact same gun, the Royal Ordnance. Now, it's not really the same on the Vickers Light. It has a little bit worse penetration, but overall, you still get the same standard, the same premium, and as well, the same high explosive that you would be getting on your FV4202 if you were to run the gun with the heat. However, my FV4202 has the hash 231 millimeters of standard hash pen, and you're dealing 440 average damage with that. So yeah, the FV4202 can be really deadly when you're going up against it if you're in a medium tank or a lightly armored vehicle, and even some of the heavies, if it's got your side, yeah, you better strap in because it's gonna hurt. But at the same time, the Vickers Light is quick, it's got a great camo rating. Both of these tanks are super strong if you know what you're doing in them. But I guess that's the same for all Tier 10 vehicles as it is. So in today's video, of course, I'm going to be comparing both of these vehicles, telling you which one I think is stronger, and as well which one is more fun to play. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys do think of both of the vehicles. But make sure you slap that subscribe button down below if you do enjoy this content. It is quite hard to get out great games, and hopefully this will be one of them. But let's get straight into it. So talking about the strengths and the weaknesses of the FV4202, first of all, what is good about it? Well, it's got a great gun, as I said, 6.9 second reload, the perfect number, and as well, it does 440 average damage with its hesh. Not to mention, the standard pen on this vehicle is spectacular. You can easily penetrate Tier 10s through the front, like heavy tanks, IS-4. That's one thing that's really, really nice, where, you know, some medium tanks, they don't have the best standard pen. This one really doesn't have to worry about that. As well, the FV4202 has great aiming time, one of the best dispersion values for a Tier 10 vehicle out there. And, well, actually, our gun depression really messed up there. It does have 10 degrees of gun depression, which is what I was going to say, but not necessarily in that scenario did it want to work for us. So I'm going to wait right to the last second. Sadly, our hash did not penetrate, which is kind of ironic because watch us penetrate like this T22 medium with the hash shell. Well, we can't necessarily pen him right now, but we're still going to be getting quite the hurt on the enemy team if we do have the ability. Sadly, it looks like my my teammate went right in front of the shot I would have fired there on that WZ121. So yeah, my Sheridan is quite quickly falling apart here. Looks like he's going to try and get the last laugh on that WZ121, and you know what? We're going to get the last laugh because we took him out with a shell right up his butt. We didn't really need hash for that one, so that's why I did not load it there. But as I said, the standard pen on this vehicle is great. You can see there are easy shots right into that T22 medium, not even struggling to penetrate them. We have the Foch to the side. We also have that T110E3, who it looks like just missed the shot on us. So now I'm going to be shooting at the side of that Foch. There we go. 500 damage with a singular shell on him. We have the T110E3, and we've got his lower plate right there, so let's get a nice tap. As I said, dispersion on this gun is spectacular. You really don't have to worry about your shells missing whatsoever in this tank. There we go, another nice tap, and we did get hit back, but we still tapped about 700 off of that E3. So was it worth it to trade for him? Yeah, probably, but I'm not going to complain when we ever penetrate our shells in the first place. There we go, another nice tap into that T22 medium. If I was that 22, I would definitely not try and play with this vehicle necessarily anymore. But as you can see, there is one big issue with the tank. That E3 hit a massive shell right in the roof of our turret. And that's something that most mediums don't really have to worry about is weak turret armor. But this vehicle, yeah, it's kind of a bit of an issue. The turret armor on this tank kind of sucks, which kind of makes me not want to run it sometimes. I really wish the turret armor was spectacular, but it's not, which is a bit of an issue. You still do have the wonderful hash on this vehicle, which you saw there. Another pen right up the butt of that Foch, kind of not making him happy there. We got the T22 medium actually bouncing our first shell on the side of his tank, because, you know, that's how logic works here. But I'm going to be pushing out on this guy quite aggressive because, of course, we do have the armor and the hit points up on him. So there you go. He missed a shot. Let's get a shot right in the side of him. A little love tap, and yeah, he's not going to be doing much to our vehicle. And as long as we don't screw up the shell, which we shouldn't be. There we go. Well, I guess we didn't get the kill, but still a pretty dang good game for this vehicle here. As you saw, it did everything in the correct scenarios. We were able to penetrate some of our hash shells on the vehicles. At the same time, like that T110E3, I couldn't load hash, but our standard pen is great on the tank, like 360 millimeters, I think. Let me just double check here. Yeah, not 360, 260. Sorry, losing my mind there, but it's got 268 millimeters of standard pen, which is great. That's actually one of the best values you'll find for a tier 10 medium. So I actually really like the FV4202. In fact, I think that it is a more fun vehicle than the Vickers. And the only reason for that being, of course, is because you can run the Hesh gun. The FV4202, the reason a lot of people say that it's not a great tank is because it's extremely hard to run. If you don't know what you're doing in the tank, you're really quickly going to fall apart. It doesn't have great turret armor, as I said, falls apart very quickly on the turret armor. It's not super quick, it goes 50, which it does have a great power to weight ratio, but yeah, it's a very hard tank to run, where the Vickers Light is actually a great all-rounder in my opinion. In fact, right off the bat, I'm going to say that this is one of the strongest tier 10 vehicles in the game currently, and I will rate this above the FV4202 just because it is such a good vehicle. But there is one thing I don't necessarily love about the Vickers, which is the accuracy. Where I said the FV4202 has that wonderful British accuracy that like the Chieftain Mark 6 has, the FV4005, this tank doesn't necessarily carry that wonderful accuracy. It does have a good gun, but it's not nearly as accurate on the dispersion, nor the aiming time. But we're going to wait right here, see if the enemy team wants to put their 57 Heavy or their Chieftain Mark 6 across. I'm just going to make sure that the person in the base capture can't spot me. But there we go, spotting the Chieftain Mark 6 across the map, and let's get a nice little love tap right in the side of his vehicle there. Nice shot for 355 damage. So, of course, I've got the excellent camo rating on this vehicle. I can easily outspot heavy tanks, of course, like that Chieftain Mark 6, and not even worry about him shooting me back. So, yeah, pretty good stuff so far. So, there is the WT. Can't get a shot into that. Can't get a shot into either WT right now. We've got the 57 Heavy right out in the open as well. Not sure if that guy's going to want to pull out too much further because, of course, I would love to be able to get a shot right into the guy's turret. But it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that anytime soon. So I'm just going to back up here. I like how that 57 spotted me, but we did not spot him. So, yeah, our 57 Heavy being a very effective sniper in the back of the map, as you can see. I love when my teammates do that. But I'm going to try and flank here because, of course, I can't really do much right now. I'm going to be spotted constantly if I don't move. So, yeah, I'm going to change position. I'm going to try and flank maybe that ST1. I'm not sure where the Chieftain Mark 6 is on their team, but I'm not too worried right now about where he is going to be pushing. So we got the ST1 with that stock ugly turret on the side of his vehicle. There we go. Nice shot for 410 right in the side of his turret. And because he has such a bad view range with that stock gun, with the stock turret on that vehicle, we're easily able to tap shell after shell into him without even having to worry about being spotted. Where the FV4202, I probably would have been spotted there. So you can see we are getting nice shots out. I'm not sure why that guy said nice gold because we didn't fire one gold around there. But again, I'm just going to continue to push forwards here. Let's see if we can run into any other opponents. Now that Vickers Light, yeah, he was pushing somewhere around here, so I got to be careful, of course, because they also have very deadly tank destroyers. I still don't know where the enemy 183 is on their team, and yeah, that's kind of an issue because the 183 can wreak havoc on our tank very easily. But with the 183 spotted, that is definitely a good factor. There we go. Hesh shell right in the side of that 183 for 550 damage. The perfect tank, the max roll, of course. And, yeah, that 183, not going to be too happy if we keep penetrating our Hesh shells. Nice Hesh right in the side of that Vickers Light's turret. We did get spotted, but now I'm going to back up here, of course. And now that I'm undetected, or not undetected yet, but we will be fairly soon. Nice shot right in the rear of that T-57's turret. Didn't mean to shoot the heat there, but I guess we did penetrate it either way, so not the end of the world. So we did notice that the Vickers Light was coming out to the side here. So I'm going to pull out. Let's see if we can get the shot into the side. There we go. I'll take that trade every day because, of course, we've got way more hit points than the enemy Vickers Light, especially now that the guy has been tapped. Yeah, he's not necessarily the biggest threat that we're going to have to worry about. We've got the Mark 6, who, again, I'm really not worrying because I can trade with this guy. We've got nice alpha on this vehicle. Let's get another nice tap into the tank, and now that we've damaged his ammo rack, he's really not much of a threat to us here. Let's get to the side of his tank. Let's see if we can penetrate a Hesh shell. There we go. 412 damage. And once again, let's use our excellent mobility. Try and get to the side of his vehicle. There we go. Finishing him off. And yeah, you can see the Vickers Light is just a super fun tank playing in pretty much all of the scenarios. I really love it. And it's one of my favorite tier 10 vehicles currently in the game, just because you can see how much of a breeze it was in this game. I do think it's better than the FV4202. First of all, it's got better turret armor. And as well, it just feels like a smoother ride when you are running this tank. But I definitely think that the FV4202, in my opinion, will stay as one of my favorite tier 10 mediums in the game because it does have that Hesh. Hesh for life. So let me know in the comments down below what tank you like better, the Vickers Light or the FV4202. But other than that, guys, I hope you're all doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next one.